wipers are frozen. I just put new fluid in it. I know what happened. I had bug wash in there. Bug wash freezes. I put de-icer in it just now. Damn it. Back, it'll sit inside, it'll fall. It's actually getting warm in here. It's turning the heat off. I guess I can turn my lights off now. I don't need them daytime. But I know they work. One of the other things I forgot to mention, the previous owner on this trailer, he put these long rope lights on the inside of the frame between the, that way you would see these, I'm assuming amber lights under the trailer in the holes where you attach your chains, and that was still wired, but they haven't worked in years. What bothered me is I never actually found the short, like definitively found the short, but I removed every wire that didn't need to be in there that was still energized by the truck. As long as they still work, we know we're good. Let's see if it happens again. I know how to isolate the tail lights again and then run them the same way I did the last time. But hacking all that wiring that didn't need to be in there certainly prevented a lot of problems. But I don't want those extra chicken lights, for lack of a better term, wired on a required circuit. What I really want to do is have a fourth switch, maybe this one right here, for the chicken lights. That includes my bumper lights and any other chicken light I add to Orwell, and any non-required light on the trailer I'll run on a chicken light circuit. I'll just add another relay under here, and I'll use an unused wire in a pigtail, or I'll add another pigtail to it. Bear in mind, when I put my step deck back together, I'm going to have a rear axle dump valve again, like I used to back when that trailer was new. That when you make a real tight turn, you can dump your rear axle, and you can pivot on your front axle, making tighter turns. Plus, you're not scuffing your tires as hard when you're trying to get parked with a spread axle. So I'll have a third or a second pigtail for that. That's the plan anyway. When I eventually start getting more trucks, they'll all be wired the same, so every truck can haul every trailer. But that's in the future. Right now, I just got back from a very expensive vacation, and the holidays are coming. Christmas is this weekend for me. Maybe by the time you see this video, Christmas may have already passed. Or it might be Christmas when you see it. I'm not really sure. Nah, Christmas will be gone. You'll probably see this between Christmas and New Year's. Either way, Merry Christmas, late, Happy Hanukkah, late, Happy whatever else, late, and maybe Happy New Year early, or on time, I don't know. Anyway, but, you know, in trucking, oh man, it's the worst of the holidays, money-wise, because think about it, it's been that way for all my life. I've never been a salary kind of guy where you get like 2 weeks paid vacation and none of that. I've always been able to take whatever time off I wanted. The problem is I don't get paid on my time off, so that's always a problem. So in trucking, you get Thanksgiving, you got a big block of time off, because a lot of companies either slow down or don't work at all the week of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. Whoever thought of that, whoever lined up Thanksgiving to be on a Thursday, was not a working class hourly guy, I'll tell you that right now. Anyway, so Thanksgiving usually is a major slowdown or a shutdown. And for a truck driver to be home on a specific day, usually that means he's home for days after and days before. Now, Thanksgiving being what it is, most guys, if they're home for Thursday, they're home till Monday. There's not much moves on the so-called Black Friday, you know, the sport shopping holiday of the year. That's for you guys with high maintenance wives or girlfriends. I used to live that life at one point. I don't support sport shopping. It's not a sport. Enough about that. But anyway, you got Thanksgiving and that block of time off, and then basically a month later you have a double header. You got Christmas and that block of time, and then New Year's and that block of time. Or you take Christmas to New Year's. That's a lot of time you're not working. And it's when you're spending the most amount of money. Now, depending on where in the country you live, usually it's gifts and presents and so on. And me, I have a son in December. I have a girlfriend in November. And then I have Christmas presents for everybody. And then it's cold out, really cold. That means I got a utility bill coming up that's just like, wait, what? At not only the crib, but the shop too. So, you know, it's when I spend the most amount of money is about this time of year. And that's when I work the least. And I honestly think that's why a lot of people just really have financial troubles and all of that in Christmas time. They overdo it. So, you know, it is a stressful time. And you want to work hard and you can't. And I'm in that boat right now where I really need to run to try to get caught back up to where I want to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, my bills are paid, but I don't have what I used to have because of that big, huge trip. And that was a massive thing for my family. More than I want to share on the channel, but that was a big life goal for me. And it had to do more with my sons than where we went, and we're just going to leave it there. But that had to be done the way it was done. I'm so glad it played out. But it hurt. Financially, it hurt. I ain't going to lie. And then, of course, I ordered the dually. It showed up while we were away. I had to deal with the financial hit of buying the dually. Obviously, I have payments on it. But I still had to deal with the finances of the dually. So, you know, it's just life. And I'm sure, I guarantee you, everybody watching this is like, yep, preach on, brother, preach on, yeah. Oh man, we all live that life. Unless you're a non-truck driver, independently wealthy, and just enjoy watching a guy work, which I hope there are some. Leave a comment if you are, please. But yeah, there's definitely a grind to it. Christmas adds stress to your life. But this year I have Matthew home. Matter of fact, there's his high school right there. Matt graduated high school right here last year. After all that drama with my sister and with the nonsense she pulled, and he did come back home and he graduated high school, and then he went on to a better future and came home for the holidays. And I've got one of my two boys for the holidays, and that to me is awesome. Now, I just got to make it so I'm home. So speaking of that, what we now have to do is I have to get this picked up today. Game plan is we're going to deliver it Wednesday, and then we have a feeder thing coming back. One of those feeder mixer implements you pull behind a tractor. And that's in Baltimore. So we're going to unload Baltimore, reload at Baltimore, and come right back. But I don't know if that feeder mixer's wide or not. The last one I did was. And with Christmas Eve being Saturday, some states give you a problem with running on Friday wide. So what I'm hoping to do is unload Wednesday morning, reload Wednesday morning, drive Wednesday. Now it gets dark early, but they're done with the big construction projects on the toll roads now. We just went out and back with there, so I know the wide loads can run the toll roads full length without those goofy detours. In fact, here's my old shop right here. You can sign field and scenes right here on my left. Which reminds me, I still gotta and get my snow plows. They're on a pallet right back there. I don't know if you see them. I gotta go get my snow plows. I need a forklift to lift the pallet, and I don't own one. Neighbor does. Maybe I'll do that today. When I get back, I'll go over there and say, hey, you want to load my plows? I'll put out my little trailer, haul it with the dually. But anyway, the idea is unload Wednesday, reload Wednesday, get to the toll road in Pennsylvania, and then haul the mail. Once you get on a toll road, you can run at night because it'll be under 10 wide. I think they're like 9'6" or some crap like that. So like I can run the toll roads all the way so that I don't have a curfew issue Wednesday night into Thursday. Take my 10-hour break somewhere along the way and then deliver Thursday afternoon or even Friday morning. Then I'm done. Maybe Friday morning I can reload, or reload Monday after Christmas. We'll see. Now to me, because well, Matt's an adult now. He's 19 years old. It'd be nice to be home for Christmas, but I don't have to be. So I spent a tremendous amount of time with my sons out in Glamis. We had an absolute best time ever. So it's not a problem not being home for Christmas. If I have to run like over the weekend to be somewhere Monday, we'll see. You know, money dictates. But I would like to be home. I'm not going to say I won't be. But put enough money in front of me, I'll do it for the right money. Dispatch knows that too. Whitmire Express knows that. I work harder the better I'm paid. That's any owner operator. And we're percentage here. We don't run per mile, we're percentage. So the more money they make, the more money I make. Vice versa. The more money I make, the more money they make. It's a good relationship that way. I was thinking this comment, but it was back coming in. I was originally thinking maybe me and Jen would run down to Tennessee, hang out with the Gentrys, learn some stuff. I want to kind of off camera spend a little time with Tim, and let Jen kind of hang out with Tim's wife and kind of see the more behind the scenes stuff, because we are looking to make some moves. Granted, we are not looking to leave Whitmire Express, but I am looking to make some moves in a slightly different direction. And you only get smarter by hanging out with smarter people. I'm not jealous of friends that are more successful than me. I'm not jealous like hater jealous. I'm jealous like, oh man, you got cool stuff. I'd love to have a car like that. I'd love to have a truck like that. You know, jealous like that's a good thing. Jealousy like that's a motivator. I don't even know if that's considered jealousy. I'll give you an example. I got friends of mine who own Lamborghinis, and another friend I used to hang out with owned a Ferrari, and oh man, I'd love to have cars like that, but I'm working towards it. I'm not hater jealous, like, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. No, I hope they can get better cars, more cars. Anyway, you only hang out with, you can only get more successful by hanging out with more successful people. I look at my life, and it has changed a lot. And Sean always says to me, he goes, Dad, look at you 5 years ago. Look at you now. Imagine you 5 years from now. And he's right. He's absolutely right. But I'm only truly happy when my people are happy, when my family is doing well, when mom and dad are happy and content with their life, when Jen is happy with hers, and my sons are doing well and they're happy with theirs, and I get to spend time with them. It meant a lot more to me to put those sand paddle tires on that Razor and go play in Glamis with my children, and all the fuel that I burnt to go out there and all that kind of stuff that we did. That meant a lot more to me than a set of aluminum rims for an old Cabover. Yeah, this Cabover makes me money both on YouTube and in just life and trucking, but I work to make money to spend time with my family. If it wasn't for that, I would have no use for money. Matter of fact, don't laugh at me, but there's a great quote from an interview, and I encourage you to watch it. was an interview, a 60 Minutes interview years ago that they did with John Gotti Jr. And in that he said, he was talking about his father, John Gotti, the Don. And he said that the Don actually hated money. He hated it. It was useless. Just stuff in his, basically, I'm paraphrasing, it was just stuff in his pocket. Money didn't matter to him. It was what he was able to do with the money. That's what was important. That's how I remember that interview going down. Money was useless. Having money was useless. What you do with the money, that's what's important. And I look at that. There was a bunch of other cool stuff in that interview too. I laugh at it. It's very typical of, oh man, I don't know. I look back at my family. I look back at growing up in Jersey and the way my grandfather taught me stuff, and I'm like, man, that's just funny and very true in a lot of respects. But the point is, you can work hard for your money, and that's great. You have to, but it's what you do with it. You can stack it to the ceiling, but what good does that do? You know, I have no idea whoever said the phrase, money doesn't buy happiness. The hell it don't. Money damn sure does buy happiness. If money don't make you happy, it means you're buying the wrong stuff. I'll give you an example, right? That dually I bought. I'm not really impressed by it. It's a truck. But it's a tool I use to go do cool stuff with my family. Yeah, I know, that railroad crossing's always there. It didn't just appear there. It's been there. I know. I filmed for my channel, FSC Railroad. I filmed trains here. I know it's there. You don't gotta tell me every time. Anyway. I bought the dually so I could do stuff with my sons, because that's what makes me happy. I want to be able to have Jen reasonably comfortable, do traveling. All we're missing now is the truck camper. Anybody got a good used truck camper for sale for an 8-foot bed without a big, huge overhang off the tail, so I can still grab my big trailer? Let me know. But yeah, the dually is a tool I use to haul stuff around so I can find my happiness. I could have bought a used entry-level exotic. For that kind of money, you could definitely buy a 80s or 90s high mileage Ferrari. You could damn sure put you could buy a used Huracan if you doubled it and maybe add some more. Point is, I could have bought one hell of a car for what that dually cost, but I didn't want to do that. I just look at it like, you know, you just got to try your best to be as happy as you can. Work hard and get there. Oh, better times, better times. That wire half falling down over there. Someone's gonna hook a stack or a trailer on that. On the right side there is like telephone wires dangling off the poles. $3.99 for diesel at the Quick Trip, $2.58 for regular gas. Yeah, regular gas. $2.34 for that E15. Call it Super 88 or whatever the hell they call it. It's E15 Explorer alcohol, so it's a little cheaper, I guess. They're pushing that crap, but I don't know if my crap could burn E15, and I ain't gonna burn it. Even if it could, I wouldn't. There's more BTU in gasoline than there is in, you know, alcohol, ethanol. So it's cheaper, but you'll burn more of it. Oh, we're back to the diesel versus gasoline thing now, aren't we? You get more power out of the diesel, but it costs so much more to buy it. I know in Ohio specifically, at the truck stops especially, it's almost $2.30 more per gallon. Diesel versus regular unleaded. Blocking up the whole road was one guy's making a left. Oh well, crap happens. Trouble through here, boys and girls, here in Kaukauna. It's 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, 2 lanes wide each way. I'm used to just having all the room, so you just upshift and go, and you're like, oh crap, no, I need to keep it in a lower gear so I don't go so fast out of habit. You know, the other thing too, it came to be useful for me is I'm kind of testing, for lack of a better term, seeing how resilient this APU that I have, the green APU. Like this morning, it was like 10 degrees all night last night. The truck sat there. Oh, today's Monday. When did I park it there? I put the Saturday night. That's right. Saturday night, I backed the trailer into the shop because it was frozen and had snow on it and everything. And I wanted it to. I didn't want to pull it inside while me and Matt were inside working on his pickup, because I didn't want to put a big cold piece of iron in the shop and have the heater chase it all day while we froze. So what I wanted to do was get it in at night and let it warm up and thaw overnight while we were home. So Saturday night I backed the trailer in, and then Sunday morning we got up, ran a bunch of errands at the store, had to do some shopping, and then probably about noon when we got in the shop and started working, his Ford was sitting around for a long while. That old Ford, old Popcorn, you'll see in older videos. Popcorn was sitting around a long time. It used to be his grandfather's truck on his mother's side, his mother's dad. He died, and everything got left to the children. And then my older son Sean, he paid some money for the last Thunderbird, whatever the 50th edition T-Bird is. Sean got that, and Matthew got the pickup truck. I know, it seems like Matt got burned on that one, but Sean had the money, Matt didn't, so Matt was still a kid. So he got the Ford, and then when Holly finally got off her ass and got the title handle, I started putting some work into it, and I redid the brakes. And that worked good. Matt was running that truck while his 98 Dodge, Mr. Beefy, had an engine problem. It still does. And now has missing catalytic converters on top of it. But that's Popcorn. So anyway, Popcorn had rear axle seals leaking onto his brakes. So we slid the axles out, put new seals and bearings, and then we rebushed the front end. So we took the I-beams, and it's a twin I-beam front end, 2-wheel drive. So we took the whole front end apart, put all new I-beam bushings in it, all new radius rod or radius arm bushings in it. So the only thing left to do is kingpins and your front end linkages, your steering linkages. So that's going to be done in the future, but right now that's all we got done. I don't even know what to say. That car is just, I'll never understand it. Anyway, so we did all that work on Saturday, and then Sunday, Matt did the other half of his front end while I worked on the trailer. So this truck sat outside exactly where it was from Saturday night till Monday morning this morning. So when I left the shop yesterday, I fired up the APU and it went home. So the APU ran all night, that way the engine would fire. Now, someone would say, well, hey, why not run the block heater? Well, that's an embarrassing reason for that. The block heater, when we put the green APU in, the plug had to be moved. And the plug got moved in a place where I cannot reach it unless I jack up the cab. And the cab ain't going anywhere being this cold. The oil is got a little bit of water in it. So I wasn't even gonna try to jack the cab up. So I figured let the APU run. But also I wanted to demonstrate and test, for lack of a better term, while I'm home. If it's 10 degrees outside on the road, can I safely shut Orwell off and expect it to restart? Well, the answer is clearly yes. If it didn't start, obviously I can get it heated and started and fired even if I had to drag it into the shop, or you know, I have the ability to air it up with shop air, release the brakes and pull it into the shop to thaw it, or put a battery charger on it if need be, or whatever needed to be done. I have the ability to do it at home. So the other reason I did that is I wanted to test it. And that shows pretty good. I got in the truck, it was nice and warm. You saw my water, it was still water. My case of water, it's sitting on my passenger seat. You see that. So in case anybody says, oh, I faked it. No, my whole case is still thawed too. Because it's nice and warm in the truck overnight. Now tonight, I'm not sure if I'm going to leave tonight or in the morning. I'm not sure, but if I do spend the night home, I'll leave the trailer outside and I'll back Orwell into the shop in either bay 1 or bay 2. That's kind of different from the old shop, right? Having dual bays, bay 1 and bay 2. Oh, how nice. Like Sean said, 5 years ago from today. Big difference. Peterbilt. Well, it ain't old, but man, it looks good. I love that look. Man, do I love that look. The flat top sleeper, big tall stacks. Oh, I love that look. It's like you want to build a truck like that like almost looks like the t-shirts, like the cartooned up t-shirts, where it's like the truck as low as possible and the stacks are just scraping the bridges when you go under. That is such a cool look. Oh, that brings up another thing. Everybody honors the single stack, the fake stack. I know. Believe me, I don't like having the quote fake stack either. I might just take it off. But I really don't know, because what I want to do, I want to redo the exhaust so I have dual stacks again. But if I put a different set of stacks on this truck, which I really do want to, I have to order them. And I don't know what the build time is on ordering them. Like if I ordered them from Homer's or Big Rig down in Oshkosh or anywhere else, how long does it take for me to get a set of straight pipes that I want, that are maybe a little bit bigger? But not like really, I don't want like huge massive stove pipes. And then what kind of top do I put on them? My old yellow Peterbilt, I love that flat cut look, not that miter cut. I like that flat cut look. I love the look of bull hauler pipes, but to me they just stick out and you run the risk of running them into stuff. But I love that bull hauler look, but I'm always afraid to snag, like that wire back there could cut. I'm always afraid to snag something like that. Or you go down the road leaning over and you whack them. I don't know, but I like the look, I just don't know if I like the functionality of the stick out of it. The miter cut, that's where this pipe comes up and they cut it like at an angle. And that's so common, I'm really not a big fan of that. I don't know, I'm not a fan. But I don't know if I want to actually do the exhaust work on it until I get new pipes, so I don't really know. That brings me to another discussion. I know, FSC, quit yapping, you're talking too much. Well, some people say I like when I drive down the road and talking about, what did that sign say? Back the badge? Straight on the right. I caught it just up. I'm like, what? Oh my God. Too funny. Too funny. Oh my God. Who doesn't like it? Anyways, oh my God. Yikes. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hilarious. Anyway, one of the things I'm seriously considering doing, more than seriously considering, is I'm overworked and I'm starting to come to the grips I need to get some help. The speed and efficiency of which me and Matthew worked on that Ford this weekend, I'm starting to consider hiring a helper in the garage. I do have people that are wanting to edit for me, but I don't know how a non-truck driver can put these videos together. You know what I mean? Like how I don't see that possible, but it would be nice to have somebody do the work that I either helping me while I'm at the shop or doing work for me while I'm not at the shop, while I'm out on the road. Help me get that Chevelle, that Mustang out the door. Help me maintain Orwell. Help me work on other trucks. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna start looking for hired help up here. The shop is located near Freedom, Wisconsin. It's north of Appleton, west of Green Bay. Also close to Seymour, Wisconsin. Again, that's north of Appleton, west of Green Bay. You see how long it took me to drive in from Kaukauna? Not really that far. Job would be hourly. If you are a mechanic and have your own tools, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. You can use mine. If I need tools, I'll have to buy tools. You know, if you have a basic set of tools, use my more specialty stuff for trucks, whatever. Work it out. What I'll pay you, I have no idea. I have to come up with that. I guess it's based on who it is and how hard you work. But I'm starting to consider that. So maybe the first hire I'll have to do will be at the shop. Now that's a part-time gig, ain't a full-time gig. Not gonna work every day, not gonna work every week. That'd be good for a student, someone in school. Not dealing with young. If you're not an adult, if you're not a legal adult, sorry, it might have worked out, but I just don't want to open myself up to that kind of nonsense. So if you're over 18 and willing to work, then maybe I can make something like that happen. You got to live in a reasonable area. And don't tell me that, oh, I can move to where you live. No, you don't. First of all, you don't want to do that. And number two, I will not pay you well enough to justify moving. I just can't afford it. I'm not that big time yet. I'm working on it. We're trying, but we haven't made it there yet. But that's what I'm considering. If you are interested in that kind of a gig, hit me up on email, FeszchakShop@gmail.com. Shoot me an email and we'll talk turkey. fact is, I have never in my life ever hired anybody, ever. I have a neighbor named Maggie. She's helped me in the past. She's a welder by trade. She does awesome work. Way better welder than me. I mean, please, that's not even funny. I mean, I can weld, but this chick can weld. But she's a professional welder by trade, and she's my neighbor. She works really hard and works a lot of hours, so her availability is not often, and she felt like she wanted to do me a favor and help me with the project we were working on with my enclosed trailer. But anything beyond that, I insist on paying her, and just no way that she's cheap. No way. So, but again, I don't necessarily think I want her like doing like, you know, automotive projects and stuff like that, you know, or even servicing trucks or whatever. But I don't know, maybe she would, I don't know, but it's a crappy job. But I don't know, we'll see. But her availability, her work ethic is phenomenal. The only reason I wouldn't want to put that on her is because I know her availability is very short. But that might work out in some capacity, we'll see. But if not, that's why I'm looking at somebody else. But I've never hired anybody else in my life. But I'm at that point where I have to start looking into doing something, because I can't keep doing it the way I've been doing it. I'm just overworked. I can't do everything I have to do. Just in case crap falls off that truck. I saw a little thing come off that truck. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll swerve just in case a big sheet comes off. I was watching the other day. I was just thinking about collaborations. I was watching the other day. I was watching Gentry and Sons Trucking on YouTube, and then I seen that James Pretty channel. We're down there. No, I text them both. I know Tim well, and I've never met James, but I've talked to him on the phone. Actually, I texted him. I never actually spoke to him. It's kind of weird. I was thinking about collaborations. Collabs don't always work out. It's kind of railroad crossing. They don't always work out, meaning that, you know, you don't know what you think you're gonna get. You cross-link each other's audiences, but some of them, look, if you know who I am, you're already watching Gentry and Sons, so it's weird. Like, it's like with a collab with Tim, I get more out of it than I think he does, because my guys already know who he is, because he's got a way bigger following than me. So I always kind of feel like he gets the short end of the stick on that one, but I don't know. I communicate with a few others, very few others in the trucking world on YouTube. But out of curiosity, who else would you guys want me to do a collaboration with if I was to do one? I tend to think sometimes, like, if you guys want me to do a collab with somebody, or if there's another cool ass YouTube channel out there that I may not even know about that you guys think is cool, you know, leave in the comments on who that may be, or leave in their comments of who I am, and should link up or something. I mean, Orwell does get around and travel. I do get around and travel. The first collaboration I ever did with Gentry, I just had my Dodge. We just drove down there. We were actually on our way to Georgia to go pick up that big enclosed trailer and then go to Jersey to load it and move my parents out. That's how that happened. And then the second one, I happened to be going by with Orwell. And we really didn't do anything with Orwell. And Tim had that brand new international Cabover. He just got it. Oh, that was the second one. The second one is he came up by me and he bought that glider from the auction that was sitting over there at Fox Valley Tech. I should reach out to those guys. I know they wanted to do a video about the guys getting into trucking and that kind of stuff. take is closed. You go over here to McDonald's and grab your right, or park on the side of the road and get McDonald's if you're hungry. And here we are. Oh, I know who that is. That's one of our other drivers and a subscriber. Got a real nice extended hood 359 Peterbilt. Well, he's inside. I guess his dog is watching the truck. Yeah, he came on over here because of my channel. That was kind of cool. I have an old truck. Where can I lease it on? Right over here. That truck had a lot of trouble when he first got it and brought it over here, but man, that's all he's been doing is dumping money in that thing. And now it's a really nice rig.